don't know. It's just so weird to me to hold the. I feel like they would just pick their carry in the wrong spot because they don't see what he's up against when they have the opportunity of doing so, and they don't risk anything by showing their offlaner unless they're hiding some sort of, you know, kind of cheesier offlane hero like the Broodmother or something else that's really lane dependent. But still, they don't really know because of just the way the drafting order works. Like from first pick, you don't really see that much from at this stage of the game because they have the overall last pick. So it doesn't really matter like where you pick it if it's 4th or 5th.
Virtus.Pro.
Unless they want to like roll aggro. Okay, Clockwork.
Clockwork.
I mean, on paper, when you look at those 4 heroes, you see Clockwork. Yep, great Clockwork game.
Oh my goodness gracious. Ramses, carry, Monkey. I have to say something, Brax, right, and I think you've already heard me say this. Monkey King is just filthy right now as a 1.
He is disgusting.
My God. And I don't understand what's changed. So he originally came out, right? Just broken beyond belief. But he was broken more so as a 4 than anything else. His 1 position, it was like, okay, it was good for a while, and then he just doesn't scale very well. Now he is just disgustingly good. He just wrecks as a 1.
Very good. Well, they, I mean, if you look at the changes from the hero, they actually kind of made it more carry-oriented. Like, they nerfed the ganking power on his tree spring jump thingamabob, right? But they buffed the critical damage from his, whatever, his fissure, you know, his stun thingamabob. His Q.
Yep.
I don't know what it's called. It's boundless.
Very good.
And then in his ultimate, when you look at it, you think, wow, it gives me armor. How useless. But if you already are building damage because you're a carry Monkey King, then it's actually better than before, right?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I completely concur, my friend. He's a great hero. I think it's one of the best heroes that Valve has introduced in quite a while because of his, like, he definitely has like this skill cap thing where obviously the better player you are, you can take advantage of his movements and all that stuff, but at the same time he's still kind of a simple hero that normal scrubs like me can actually play. So I do appreciate that. It's not like these freaking Earth Spirits of the world, you know? It's just too complicated, too convoluted for me.
Earth Spirit was created for a very small percentage of Dota players.
Exactly. And that's why he was kind of left as one of the last heroes to port from Dota 1, I feel like. Same with Arc Warden. Just these heroes that are kind of super high skill cap and, you know, not very fun to play, generally speaking, I would say. So this time around, only 1 ward placed so far. Let's see if Pasha has anything right now. Nope, just carrying boots right now. So it is a Team Spirit ward up towards the Roshan area. Pasha going to be contesting this rune. And I Love to Win is super scared. Doesn't know if there's any other heroes there. Of course, there are not. But the important thing is... Oh, I was going to say the important thing is Iceberg gets the Greevil's Greed and the Bounty, but he did not. He went Acid Spray. Which maybe it's not that big of a deal these days since it was nerfed, but what are your thoughts on that? Is that normal?
I think if he... It's not normal, for sure, but I think it's a good way to adapt, because he's probably going to be laning against Monkey King.
So that's 250 gold he bypassed. Well, 150 technically, since you get 100 started off. So, that's interesting. I mean, I've seen pros miss skill many times, mostly Weehaw, to be honest, but that's another Oh, mid lane, a lot of damage being placed onto Iceberg. He's in a lot of trouble. Oh, Ramses, are you in range yet to give the kill? Impale is there, and Ramses with enough damage to take him out. In the meantime, there was a little bit of action here in the top lane, but Pasha will live for now. Not a good start for, I mean, any melee hero versus Monkey King, you're going to get destroyed, all things considered equal. So it's all about the supports now.
That game is only possible because his Monkey King was, I don't want to flame, but Monkey King was only able to get the stacks off because Viper happened to walk him. Yeah.
I feel like he could have gotten away too, though.
It's unlucky.
He stood there a little longer than I expected as well.
Well, he probably didn't expect a level 1 lion behind this tower, just waiting for his courier to come and kill him.
That's true.
That was a sneaky play there. You know,
Lil right now getting chased away. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, regardless of Alchemist start, I mean, it was an awkward gank, right? Lil just walked up and thunderclapped him through the lane, and he didn't respect it at all because he didn't think he would die there.
Did you say thunderclap?
Did play.
Oh.
Not on my watch.
That's what it's called. I have my mouse over the skill right now. Thunderclap.
For who?
Doom. He ate the furball creep. Came in and just.
Double damage.
Yeah.
Oh, he just ate a different creep now. It's called thunderclap.
Yeah. It's
That's Brewmaster's skill, isn't it?
It's called Thunderclap.
That makes this game unplayable. Two skills with the same name, that is unacceptable. Bottom lane in the meantime, Solo taking a lot of damage, but they're going to try to turn this onto the Clockworks. Looks like Benno dies in the other lane as well. DK Phobos, though, getting a nice solo kill.
Don't worry, I caught the action. Spear Breaker charged and then they right click.
Oh wow, that's exciting stuff. They right clicked it, I don't believe it. Unbelievable. In the meantime. Oh, they actually have vision because of the charge. Nicely done. That last right click was definitely needed. Or else, without vision, they would not have gotten that kill for sure. Rand, in the meantime, he's buffed up for now. Iceberg's going to have trouble this game.
You know, we talked about the Monkey King being really good against these melee heroes, but Alchemist, the acid spray pushes Monkey King back, and he has like no life.
Yeah, that's true.
On his heroes, so it's pretty nice.
That is a good point. Of course, a lot of this mid v mid these days has a lot to do with support more than anything else, honestly.
Yes, definitely.
Like if this was an offlane thing, then maybe it would be quite a bit different in a 1v1 actual scenario. Because, guys, I don't know if you're aware, but mid lane is no longer a 1v1. It's written in the rules. You know, in the back in the days with Brood Warriors, like no rush 5 minutes. Well, you can't do that with 1v1. It's 1v1 for maybe 30 seconds of the first 10 minutes. If that.
It's 1v1 until your supports go to or sorry, it's 2v2 until they go get bounty runes.
Yeah, that's true. The bounty rune run is very important. What do you think about Alchemist as a support, by the way? Do you think that's viable at all?
I mean, maybe. If you want to pull your tiny Aghanims or something like that.
Oh, haven't even gotten to the Aghanims yet. I've been holding that off. Because you know how excited I get.
Yeah, I got you started.
Oh, you really got me started, Rex. Oh, God. So, looking at potential Aghanim Scepter, who would you say is the best one to give this game?
Clockwork, A, and Luna.
You don't like Spearbreaker Ags, I take it, huh?
Correct.
Yeah, you'd be correct in thinking that Luna in the top lane, getting gone on, lots of damage coming out, trying to do a little bit more before he inevitably goes down. Charge is coming. Don't think that a level 3 Spirit Breaker is going to be able to do too much, though, so stops halfway there. So you didn't, when I said who does he give it to first, you named 3 heroes.
Yeah.
Just covering all your bases so you can't be wrong, unless Spirit Breaker's given it first, which is impossible. Yeah, oh, top lane, charge. Oh, and the bash, FNG. Good game is called.
Good game.
The game's over, guys.
They're calling it. Let's go home, boys. Pack it up.
That would actually be hilarious if they kept that up. They did not cancel it out. I would say, so it depends, right? Biver, I think, will probably get it first, though. Oh, it's tough.
They'll give it to Clockwork first.
Yeah, it's tough. It's either Clockwork or AA. I think it depends on how farmed they are, though. Like, if Clockwork is doing pretty poorly, then you give him Axe, for sure.
Because Clockwork can be a potential monster in this game. He's got 5 normal items, he gets pulled in Ags. He's already off to
That's true. I guess
start.
any scenario, it's actually maybe better for Clockwork to get the Axe this game. So the real question is, AA, do you buy Midas? I haven't been paying attention to AAs. Do you buy Midas anymore, or is the talent good enough?
Very rarely do A's buy Midas if they actually can get the farm, but they're always in this position where they can never really take early farm, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's so difficult to like give your 5 position in a lane like what Solo was doing last game.
The top lane taken out. FNG not quite gonna die to
Solo.
Oh, you're right. This is. I figured this chase would end, but Clockwork is relentless, trying to kill Solo. Did he not learn last game that killing Solo does not matter at all?
He doesn't know.
Died 17 fucking times last game, for God's sake. A lot of space being created right now. That Solo will eventually drop to DK Phobos level 5 right now.
And found it once.
No one is super happy about that. Oh yeah.
safe lane. Lina was actually having kind of a difficult time when Clockwork was contesting the lane. He was denied a lot of CS. So free subs again now.
How do you figure out whether that's worth it or not? Is there any scenario where that is absolutely not worth his attention?
Oh,
time?
you just say worth, and then it's worth it.
that's the qualification for being worth it. You just have to say it. Okay.
You just gotta let your team know so they don't get them wrong.
FNG. Oh my God! Eclipse is gonna be popped. Is it gonna be enough to take out Lil? Indeed, it is. Pasha did not come out to tank it in time. Definitely would have lived if at least one of those Lucent beams applied to him. But he hid in the trees, and it got his Doom killed. Gracious me, oh my, Brax. Gracious me, oh my.
Radiant are scanning.
Me, oh my.
And there's a scan here. They're gonna. They know Biver is. Biver will get gone on. Boundless Strike not enough to get the kill. And Ramses is getting charged, but Spirit Breaker is not level 6 at the moment. And in fact, he stops mid-charge to TP back to base. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Just doesn't happen, huh?
In the meantime, Phobos, DK Phobos catches out the Doom. Solo's attempting to help out Lil. Will be enough with Ramsey's help as well. But the real question is, will Clockwork get the bounty rune? Indeed he does. Game breaking here for DK Phobos, but Ramsey's going to get the kill the Boundless Strike.
Are you out of that? Can't be too sad with that bounty. Under attack.
Agreed. Worth. That's another instance of worth. So Pasha playing the Venomancer yet again, going for an earlier Veil this time around.
Yep, they've got tons of magic damage, and they need damage to kill this Alchemist, that's for sure, who's actually been left unchecked pretty much in the jungle. Oh boy.
Sure has. He's level 6 right now, as I hear a charge. It's going to be on to Ramses. Fiver puts down an Ice Vortex. But just a little bit of harassment, nothing too big.
You know, they've tried to kill Biver like twice in this mid lane, and he's dodged both the ganks. And that's actually like what's keeping him from, that's letting him get his level 6 so early in this game, usually.
I feel like he could learn from Solo though, Brax. Just feed and win.
Yeah. I feel like perhaps those two things are independent. Maybe they even hurt each other's chances of happening in the same game.
Are you saying they're mutually exclusive?
They're not.
Okay. Solo's level 4 right now, too. Sorry, I interrupted you. I truly apologize.
Oh, I was just saying that because this A was able to not die, these 2 times they tried to kill him, he's actually going to have a really good level 6 timing.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot of the times when support heroes take the lane like that, they die a lot. Just because they can't lane against 99% of these heroes that are in front of their face. But now he's level 5 and he's looking to make things happen on Solo.
Yeah. That is a dead Leon if I've ever seen one. How much extra amplification there's no one trying to get the kill on DK Phobos, but the Laguna Blade will not be enough, not nearly enough in fact, that he's going to earn to safety. His mid lane, Balance Strike is going to cancel out the charge. Do they actually have enough damage? Indeed they do with that net from Lil. So it'll end up being a trade across the map. How much amplification does Ice Vortex give? So 20% at level 2. Pretty disgusting with Battery Assault. Battery Assault, if you're in a 1v1 scenario at this early stage of the game, is an insane amount of damage.
Yeah, there's no hero that survives that combo.
What was the reason for... I'm trying to remember the lineup last game. The Venomancer went 4 staff first. Oh, he actually is going 4 staff again. Okay. So he switched it up the last second. I was going to say, against the Clockwork, you'd think he'd go 4 staff first again.
Got the... You know, the build-up is actually really nice now for offlaners, so you get that Ring of Health, so you can just sit in lane forever.
That is true. DK Phobos now in the mid lane, has that urn as we've seen. Going for Blade Mail next. Hookshot is available. Look for him to get a little bit more involved right now as they smoke here from VP. They're going to run into Alchemist. Do they have enough damage to actually take him out? Actually, a charge is already applied to Monkey King. There's a hookshot into a Clockwork ultimate. There's the AA Blast. Going to finish off Ramses with ease. And VP in a lot of trouble. Solo dying. That is 2 for nothing. 4 in the jungle for Team Spirit. They're on top of things right now. So he was charged before the smoke. So they knew the whole time.
Under attack.
Well, it was Wasn't he charged once the smoke broke?
Oh,
once
did it break in the... Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
okay.
And that ward up on the cliff gave him vision, and he charged him instantly, and they keep healing.
Okay.
They just brought the boys to beat him up.
Tower is under attack.
That's pretty fast reaction, because the... I don't know if you can see my pings. They didn't get revealed until they were like up here. That's like the outer edge of that ward. That's pretty fast reaction.
They were definitely on top of that. And Team Spirit, they're in a pretty good spot right now. I mean, they're protecting Alchemist from farming. He's only gone down once at this stage of the game because his jungle has been his. You know, it's not invaded yet.
Yeah. He's working towards that Radiant, so this is going to be, I assume, just the most cookie cutter of builds possible. Boots of travel after Radiance into Manta, Octarine. And then the question is, do you go Shivas or AC, and then you go Aghanims, and then you go Moonshard? I mean, we can pretty much choreograph this entire item build for Alchemist almost every single.
It's kind of like Sven, where you know exactly what he's going to do every stage.
Now, there is one variation where I will pretend to be a professional player here, Brax, and criticize openly the Alchemist players out in the world. Is there's going to be a charge bottom. We'll get to that in just a second. Lion, Solo, they see him. They don't need the hook shot, but they're going to use it anyway. And, I mean, hey, that took a charge and a hook shot. I mean, if you're Solo, you're like, okay, space created, I suppose, just like last game.
Yep, you say, idiots, look at your top tier 1. It's dead.
It is dead. So the thing I was going to criticize in a lot of Alchemist players is that they don't go Ags for quite a while. Like, they'll end up switching up their build. Like, once they're 6th slotted, they'll end up changing to get a BKB or some other item. Where this game, they have really, really good Aghanim stuff. Solo's going to use his ult. Luna, that's a double whammy to take out the Luna. They will be successful. And I don't think they're going to find anybody else.
So the Ags thing is like they want to make sure that they're not going to die first, pretty much.
Lil, he used the burden. He's going to get Nether struck into a bash, which means Doom will not be applied to FNG. I don't think we've seen a Doom yet, if I'm not mistaken.
Nope. I think he was trying to cast the first one. Yeah.
Fuel for my fire.
But yeah, the Aghanim Scepter game, I think, I mean, sometimes it's a little overrated because the Ags aren't good in a specific game, but this one is super, super, super good. Like, I think Luna Ags is probably one of the more underrated ones in the game that people just don't think is that good when it's disgusting.
Oh, definitely. I mean, she has all the tools to make it good this game, too. Spear Breaker can charge in with the Luna ult. Clockwork can just poke in as well.
Do you like to apply it to heroes? I don't think I've ever actually... Maybe I've done that once or twice, but I feel like the area of effect is just way more effective.
I like it when I have a hero like Spirit Breaker or Clockwork that just gets in there.
So the only reason I say that is because it is a risk, because if they die, then the ult does go off. In the meantime, initiated on AA Blast will connect, trying to take out the Spirit Breaker in the meantime. Looks like he'll find it. The question is, will he pop? Indeed he does. It's a 1-for-1. Could have been worse, though, for no one. Doesn't have Bloodstone, so no charges lost as of yet.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
The thing Team Spirit have done really well with this game is protecting their jungle. Like you can see from their wards in the top part of the map, they just don't want anyone coming in here at all. And they're fast to respond to kill these heroes as well. Lina was in the jungle for like 10 seconds before she just died there. And that's important with Alchemist. I mean, this guy is just farming everything. They can't touch him at all, too. I mean, this is a huge problem.
That's the name of the game for this big boy Iceberg. Only a few hundred away from finishing that Radiance. Lil, in the meantime, finds DK Phobos. Here comes the Monkey King. DK Phobos has his Blade Mail. Does activate it, but I don't know if anybody's coming to save him. As Ramses just right-clicks him down. There's a charge onto Lil, and more rotations coming in. I don't know if they're going to be fast enough, though. Lil just runs into them, I suppose. It'll be good enough. And Luna ult is activated for it.
You know, at the end of the day, Alchemist is always boosting. Can't stop him at all. If you're taking some towers and everything, but I don't know.
Oh boy. That was a beautiful stun on the Spirit Breaker, but I don't think it's going to save his life. No one drops. It'll be a trade for the Spirit Breaker, at least for now. Iceberg not quite done with the raid, and actually can buy it right now if he wants to. Nice hook shot onto DK Phobos. Beautiful Earth Spike onto 2, though. And that's going to stop the aggression in its tracks. Fiverr in the meantime, he's going to die to the... That's kind of one of those really depressing moments. Doom's applied to Alchemist, and they might be able to get the kill. Indeed, they will. Ramsey's able to clean them up. DK Phobos in the meantime, they're just getting Dovin left, right, center, everywhere in between. They got the tier 1 as well.
Alright, well I just talked about Alchemist not dying, and now he's dead.
Is under attack.
Yeah, but he had Radiance. It's not a big... I mean, it wasn't on him, but...
Yeah, he does have his Radiance now, and this is when he really accelerates, but I feel like his net worth isn't very high compared to the other heroes at 17 minutes. Usually he would want to be a bit higher.
But now that he has Radiance, maybe that will get a little better. Yes?
That will definitely.
That's good. Great analysis from Suns fan, if I do say so. Well, Loon in the meantime is going to be taking out these neutrals instead of the Alchemist because he can go wherever he wants to farm now.
Do you have a name for that character when you use that voice?
I don't have names for any of my characters. That's actually a really good idea. I should name them.
Yeah.
I don't know what that voice was though. That's the thing. Oh, I do have one. Do you remember that Nahaz video that Flax and I made where we did the Twitter wars or whatever?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So that voice is kind of like, it's like a Winston Churchill. It's like, he talks sloppy like this. You know, it's just all talking over himself and very posh. Alright, that's going to be on my to-do list. Brax, thank you. Adding names. Do you want anything named after you?
You can if you want.
I can't imitate you though. I don't know what I would do.
Yeah, I'm tough. You can do nothing. That's what I do.
Radiant are scanning.
This is my Brax, guys. I'm gonna say nothing. Bottom lane in the meantime, solo. Gonna get AA blasted here in a second if he's not careful. Along with Pasha. Nope, they're good. DK Phobos is here though with an Invis rune, which leads me to believe somebody will die. Most likely the Lion.
Solo.
There is a Force Staff on the Venomancer, but we'll see if it actually comes into play right here. There it is. Gonna pop one of the cogs, but here comes the FNG charge. They don't need Nether Strike. Earn charge applied. More than enough damage. Does take 4 heroes, but this is kind of the thing, like, as opposed to last game where you have 4 heroes like killing these supports every now and then, you didn't have an Alchemist on the other side of the map that the space is being created for.
Yep,
it wasn't the same feel, right?
It's also like, oh, nice forward. It's also like a map control thing, you know? Before, they were getting kills in a place where, like, no hero on their team can be any place. But here, there's still a tier 1 tower they can work towards. There's a can bring all their heroes as well. It's a good thing. It's nothing like last game.
Here we have a smoke here from Team Spirit. Right now it's a Spirit Breaker and Luna.
This could be very dangerous.
AA
walk into this Monkey King ultimate.
That's true. Ramsey is level 15 right now, still level 2. Well, he has a Diffusal Blade, by the way, along with the Yasha.
Hey, Beaver's got a courier on him.
What?
He has a courier on him. In his inventory. Animal courier. He can use it to deploy the courier.
Wait, what hero?
Beaver.
We'll take that.
Yeah, who's he playing this game?
He's a...
Thank you. There's the... I was looking everywhere. Why does he have an animal courier, Brax? Is there any meta behind this that I should know about?
You can use it to deploy a courier. Deploys a creature to carry items to and from your team's base.
Is there anything else it does that I'm not aware of?
Yeah, it says losing the courier is punishable by death.
There's actually... Oh, wait, he popped it. He popped it. There's the courier. They have 2 couriers now. Alright, I'm not sure. After all that, I missed the kill because I was so confused with this courier shit. It's okay though. It was just solo. We've seen this before.
Sabotage.
Venomancer completely destroyed. He gets off his ult. He's definitely going to take down though, you have to believe. Meanwhile, Ramsey pops in and Iceberg is the kill. And he goes FNG though, trying to get some redemption here. Ramsey's healing up a lot. My god, that passive is disgusting. He's on the other side of the cogs. Looks like he'll live to see another day. Lil, in the meantime, TP's out. Not going to be able to find FNG. That was a... Did Ramsey's ult? No. He's just tanky enough to survive that, apparently.
Yeah, he's got a ton of armor. Man, I feel like this hero does way too much damage. And then once you lifesteal, once he has the Jingu Mastery stacked up, he heals for just a ridiculous amount.
Yes.
He just sat there and man fought the Spirit Breaker.
Whoa there. Balance Strike was tempted to be applied to the Spirit Breaker, but he did cancel his charge. You basically just said what the hero does, by the way. Jingu Mastery is a passive that lets him deal a lot of damage.
I just read his skills.
You're learning about this hero finally? He's fun though, man. He's a lot of fun to play.
Well, I play against it every game, so I hate him.
You should try playing as him, perhaps. Maybe that's the cure to your disease. What do you think?
I don't want to play him in the offlane.
I'm pretty sure he could technically play any position. But you're right. He's right now his bread and butter is the one position for sure.
Yep. We've even seen some mid-wings charge down bottom. This is looking who's dead here?
I'm sure he'll die at some point. We're gonna see charge into another strike into Pasha, and there's an ultimate hook shot. Pasha 4 stats out, but he's gonna end up dying. No one is here. We see the Finger of Death able to finish off the clock, so it's a 1-for-1.
It was actually pretty good from VP. They managed to turn that around.
But now there's an Alchemist here, friend. No one. No Laguna Blade to speak of for another 40 seconds. Iceberg has the Yasha, Boots of Travel. Mantha not too far off right now. We haven't actually gone over too many items right now. Lil with a Midas, Drums, and Urn of Shadows. He's farming pretty freaking well for a position 4 Doom.
He's going to be a super farm this game with the Devour talent as well, and the Midas.
Yeah.
Speaking of Lil, maybe going down here.
You know, I had high hopes for Doom when he got that talent. Well, he's just going to miss out on the AO, but I know a lot of teams tried him out when that talent came out as a position 1, and it was a colossal failure, if I do say so myself. Beyond awful.
Tower is under attack.
But hopefully he works out as a 3 or a 4.
I feel like 4 is his natural role, and he can be pulled off sometimes as the offlaner.
Almighty money.
He wants to eat a creep and run around and pressure lane, not just sit there and farm as well, for the most part. He does that later when he gets his levels.
Oh, we're gonna have an Earth Spike onto the Spirit Recru into Laguna Blade. So a little bit too aggressive there from Team Spirit. It's gonna cost them. And didn't really talk about the... Again, this is from a pub perspective, so you're gonna have to tell me how much this actually comes into play when a Monkey King is picked in like a professional game. But Spirit Breaker, I would consider a very good counter to the hero.
Yeah, the Spirit Breaker's good against like almost every hero.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Thank you for making me sound so smart. I think Spirit Breaker counters Monkey King. Well, pretty sure Spirit Breaker counters every hero in the game.
You know, he stuns people for 5 seconds. It's quite effective.
Yes, it really is. Bottom lane, Luna, you are dead. Eventually you will die. I promise you, you will die. There you go. Does cost him the AA blast to 3 heroes. DK Phobos heals up. Watch him use that blade mail here in a second. There we go. Ramses doesn't care. He's healing through the blade mail. Good, clean hero. Lil, that was trying to be faked out. Iceberg with the unstable concoction. There's the Doom. And with the drums, Alchemist is out of it. Who's is it? FNGs? Yeah. Doom is completely wasted.
Alchemist is far, but they have 0 towers taken on the map right now.
Oh wow,
and
I didn't even notice that.
They keep trying to make these ganks happen. DP just bring the numbers.
Oh, AA blast on 2, unstable concoction. Will you get it off in time, my friend? Oh, he does. But there's a Ramses ult, and Iceberg is taking so much damage. He fell so quickly. Unreal. 50 seconds on the deck. Does have buyback if he needs to, but no one in company. The tier 2 tower will be falling short.
Well, they didn't manage to shut down the Alchemist in lane very well, but they're having no problem at all with him in these fights. He dies so fast, and Lina tons of damage as well. But I feel like Team Spirit they're in a real tough spot right now. Team Spirit probably gonna take this for free as well, and they just don't have any control on the map at all. I feel like they missed a really timing because they were so preoccupied with this Alchemist farming, but Odessa should have committed at some point to take this bottom tier 1 tower. Like the Luna was strong, Clockwork was strong. If they brought the numbers and smoke together, they could have opened up the map. So the, you know, at some point you need to take these towers, or else you just kind of get confined to your base.
Right.
It becomes so easy for the enemy to just control everything on the map. You see how fast they just keep reinforcing in the bottom lane when there's a charge play happening, and they just turn it every time. But
that time he was charging bottom lane. It was just solo, and he couldn't even get that kill. Although now they will, as we speak of the devil. Yeah. But at the end of the day.